What's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. Well, today I'm reviewing a lot of, but not all of, the Brunt workwear boots. Of course, Brunt makes a ton of different types of boots. They've got certain ones that are different colors. Of course, they've got one without linings. There's a lot of different variations you can get now. But here are kind of some of their three main boots they're selling now. Now, if you see my previous videos, I have done the Marlin review already. I do have the Bolduc, I think it's called, and then I do have the DiStasio. Each of them, of course, are totally different types of boots. They all are designed for workwear, of course. And of course, this is just going to be your regular slip-on style boot. The DiStasio is going to be a full lace-up, and I actually do like that one quite a bit. Now, if you remember my previous video I did on the Marlin, I was not a big fan of the soles of these boots, as they are not anti-slip. Had a lot of issue with these boots. If you're in the rain, you're going to be slipping and sliding around quite a bit. I think if they improve the sole of this boot, this is definitely where you would see, a really, really good value coming in. Now, a lot of people say, yeah, they're all made in China, and yes, all three of these boots are made in China. I do think, however, though, they do offer a pretty decent value for what they are. I think they're right around that mid-range boot here. Of course, you're going to find better boots out there. I'm a big DeWalt boot fan myself. They're relatively cheap. They get the job done. I love having a steel toe on them. And of course, my DeWalts have, no slip soles. They have a lot of stuff that I like about them. And of course, they hold up for me pretty decent. I get about a year or so work out of them. Whereas you go to brands like Thoroughgood, you're going to find a lot better quality there. I know Zach is a big fan of Thoroughbred, and he gets years and years of use on those boots. So kind of depending on what you're looking for, is really what you're going to pay for is what you get when it comes to boots. So you're not going to get a $100 boot that's going to last you 6 years, where, a $500 boot that can be easily rebuilt, every once in a while, they're going to be a better value for you. So depending on what you're doing with your boots, how often you wear them, the type of material that you use your boots on is, of course, going to give you a massive difference with what you're using your boots for. And of course, the life there will matter a huge amount as well, too. So these three boots here, I got to wear these for quite a bit now, a couple of months now, since Brunt sent me these three boots. And overall, I've been pretty impressed with all three of them. The only thing that I've found that to be a downside is the Bolduc also shares the same soles as the Marlin, has been kind of the downside there. So yeah, I am slipping and sliding around in this one as well too. But if you don't wear it in any rainy or wet conditions, you're generally totally fine, which is kind of cool there. Again, though, you expect from boots to be, non-slip soles. That's kind of like a given at that point with, just the type of, area you wear these boots in. You think they'd be that, non-slip soles, of course. You almost would expect that. I don't think I've ever owned a pair of boots that hasn't been non-slip, so that's been kind of the fun part there. However, though, the DiStasio's here, they're a totally different type of sole here, and they actually are pretty good at being a non-slip sole, which has been pretty awesome. I do definitely enjoy those quite a bit. I will say, I'm not a huge fan myself of the, the full lace-up here. They are great for the type of work that I do. I do a lot of junk removal jobs, so having that more protection there is actually really, really good. But I'm just not a fan of that style myself personally. They do can be waterproof. I have had them in water up to about here, and of course they were totally water resistant and had no issues with water at all. So I would say, guys, these are a great mid-range boot. You're looking for that, $100-ish price point. If you can find these also on sale, that's where I would say, yeah, definitely jump on the Brunt workwear boots at that point. But if you want to spend, $200, $300, $400, there are definitely brands out there that are definitely better for your money at that point. Are these boots going to be, rebuildable? Are these going to be your really good quality boots? Of course not, no. But depending on what you're looking for, they might do the job for you. Other than that, I haven't really had any other negative downsides with any of the other models from Brunt, of course. It's, fun trying out a bunch of different pair of these boots and getting to see what I like, what I don't like with these. Other than, of course, the soles, of course, all my boots, I definitely want to have at least a composite or steel toe. For me, it doesn't really matter too much as long as I have something that is going to protect my feet. But as you can tell, I've worn the Marlin probably the most, and I can't really recommend the Marlin because of that non-slip sole. I had a couple of times where, I almost slipped pretty bad there, here and there. And I think the boot from the sole up is totally fine. I haven't really found any issue with the boot at all. They definitely have a good quality material in there, nice waterproofing as well. I just wish the sole was a bit better quality, becoming non-slip, and of course being a little bit better traction would be fantastic. That said, the Bolduc, I think, is kind of the same thing. Just the sole is not very good. but again, the rest of the boot itself is totally fine. I find the comfort level with these boots to be great. I'd say like a 7 out of 10. Not the most comfortable boots I've ever tried in my life, but definitely above average is where I kind of rate them at. So nothing really to praise or complain about there, honestly. But these are definitely a great all-purpose boot. I wear those a lot around the property here, and they're great for just, being waterproof, not worrying about your socks getting wet or anything, and not worrying about laces as well, too. I'm wearing the DiStasio boots a lot more, of course, because they have the nice lace-ups, and they do actually have a lot of protection in these boots. They definitely feel really great when you have them all laced up. They definitely feel really solid, and I definitely think they are a fantastic boot for what they are. Are they the best quality boots I've ever seen in my life? Definitely not, but they actually do offer a pretty decent value for the money here and there. So guys, what can I say about Brunt workwear? If you want to check them out, check out the link in my description. You want to check them out. I would say they're just above average, honestly, is where I kind of give them at. I have tried out some of their workwear. If you want to check out another video I did on their jackets, I was quite impressed with that. I do wear that actually quite a bit. But their boots, I will say, I definitely like to see some better quality soles here. And honestly, some people say made in China, I don't really want to argue that either way. There are some really good stuff that comes out of China. There's some not so great stuff that comes out of China, but it'd be cool to see is actually made in America, of course, with real nice high quality leather. Definitely some more work on the soles would be fantastic there. I think Brunt would really have a good, winner here of just how good these boots are built, and just a really good winning strategy there. Of course, boots are very competitive. There are tons of brands out there, tons of price points. And at the end of the day, if you're working on your feet, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week, you want something that's very high quality. Would I say this is for the guy that's working, 6, 7 days a week? Probably not. I'd say go something with higher end, like maybe Thorogoods or something else like that. But if you're like me and, I do about 5 days a week, I work 4 to 8 hours most days. And I would say these are a good choice, not the best, not decent choice. I do swap between my boots quite a bit that I try on. I like to try on different types of boots all the time. And I kind of do find myself gravitating more towards the DeWalt boots. And I do like the Marlins for just light duty stuff. I'm not, working on anything that's going to be wet. Just, nice, easy surfaces. The Marlins do fine. More heavy duty stuff. The DiStasios are actually pretty good there as well. And then for around the house stuff, I'm going through more water, working around the lake and stuff. These are the Bolducs are just fine. So that's kind of my opinions, guys, on the Brunt stuff. You want to check it out. If you can tell, I'm kind of lukewarm on a lot of it. It's not the best I've seen, not the worst I've seen. But when they go on sale, they are actually a pretty decent value. Just not for, heavy duty work boots. That's not what they're designed for. But definitely that light to mid duty is honestly my 2 cents on that. So guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great day and stay safe out there.